What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And in this video, we have new stimulus check details. We're also going to talk about why the stimulus bill will be passed this week with the imminent deadline looming. And we're going to talk about what that life-changing, huge, massive deadline is in this video. But first, if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button down below. This way you won't miss out on second stimulus check update videos. We're going to have tons of new news coming out this week about the next stimulus check. My wife and I do hours of research every single day to bring you guys all the stimulus check information all in one video so you guys can just come on my channel, watch it, and get all the information that you need. Also, if you can, hit the like button for me down below. It really helps out my channel. Okay, first up, the Democrats and the Republicans had their most productive meeting on Saturday where they met for hours and discussed the details of the next stimulus package. They're getting close to a deal, and we're going to talk about why they're going to need to make a deal this week before the big, massive deadline at the end of the week. Both Republicans and Democrats agreed progress was made Saturday during deliberations over a new stimulus deal. I guess we would also characterize these discussions as the most productive we've had yet to date, Steve Mnuchin, Treasury Secretary, said. We went through a long list of policy issues on our side and on their side, and there's clearly a set of issues that we both agree on very much. Both Republicans and Democrats currently agree on several issues such as there needs to be money for schools to be able to open up in the fall or to open up online classes, such as several California and other state districts have already announced that they're only going to go online only in the fall, at least to start. They also agree that there's going to be another round of PPP money for people with small businesses and side hustles, people that sell on Amazon, people that drive Uber, people that have any type of side business or side income can qualify for this money, especially if you qualified for the first round of the PPP money. I will have an update for you guys when more details come out about this. The main things that they're negotiating on still is liability protections for businesses, which is what Republicans want, and Democrats don't want it so much. And they're also negotiating on the check size, how much the actual check to Americans will be. The Republicans in their HEALS Act proposed a $1,200 check to all Americans and also a $500 check to all dependents, whether it's a child dependent or an adult dependent. The Democrats want a $1,200 check to all dependents and are also trying to negotiate the $1,200 check to Americans higher. President Donald Trump has also said that he wants a larger stimulus check. He's actually come out and said this 2 different times that he is not in favor of a $1,200 check and that he wants it to be higher. They're also negotiating on how much the unemployment extension federal boost money is going to be. The Republicans in their HEALS Act want it to be $200 until October and then a 70% of your previous pay. But just in the last few days, the Republicans have already conceded on that and said they're willing to do more on that. We just had a recent bill that was proposed by Senate Republicans that would extend the unemployment at $300 to $500 per week. I talk about that in this video, and I'll link that video down below in the description. You can watch that video after this video if you haven't seen it yet. Now, we've had several different congressmen from both sides saying that they are going to get this stimulus done this week before the big deadline. Congressman Reed said that Congress works very well under time pressure and says that it is amazing what they can do when the deadline comes. Now, what is this big, massive deadline that you ask? Was it the deadline that the unemployment bonus for over 20 million Americans still, that their extra money that they're getting per week would expire on July 31st? Or was it that nearly 30 million Americans last week alone didn't have enough food to eat? Or was it that millions of Americans could be homeless now that the federal eviction moratorium has expired and that millions of Americans can now be evicted due to not having enough money because this pandemic made them lose their job? Now, if you were a decent person, you might think that this would be one of the many reasons or one of the many deadlines that would make you pass more stimulus and extend unemployment benefits to millions of Americans. But sadly, that wasn't the deadline. So, what is this huge, massive, life changing deadline that they must pass this stimulus by this week? Well, it's that Congress is set to go on recess, or what some would call vacation. And not only recess or vacation, but vacation for a month, 30 days. And this is after they just had a recess for 2 weeks in July. That's right, as you can see here on the US Senate schedule, that on August 10th, which is next Monday, aka their last working day will be this Friday, that they're set to go on a state work period, also known as a recess, also known to some people as a vacation. This Monday, so Friday of this week coming up, is their last working day. And as you can see here, they just had a 2-week state period or recess in July. That is the big deadline that dozens of congressmen are saying that they're going to pass the next stimulus package this week before that deadline occurs. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments, because this just, it makes me sick to my stomach. We have had the HEROES Act that was passed in the House of Representatives by the Democrats almost 3 months ago at this point, and that included a $1,200 check to Americans and an extension of the unemployments. That could have been passed a month or two ago with still having plenty of time for negotiation. But now the big massive deadline is that they're going to go on recess, and we have to pass this before vacation, or else we might have to actually stay and work into our vacation or into our recess and not be able to go on that. That is why I think it's very, very likely, besides that congressmen are saying that they want to pass it and they need to pass it this week, that it's very likely they are going to pass it this week. Now, the light at the end of the tunnel, if for some reason they can't pass it this week, even though this huge deadline's here, is that the House of Representatives and Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats have said that they will completely cancel their recess until this next stimulus package and next stimulus check is passed and is sent out to Americans. That does give me hope that there are still some good people out in the world that care for the American people, but you guys can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Now, I do want to say I've had over 100 comments from you guys about when I mentioned that there's 15 to 20 different Senate Republicans that Mitch McConnell, the lead Senate Republican, says won't vote for any stimulus bill at all. I've had over 100 comments from you guys saying, Jimmy, let us know who these people are that aren't going to vote for a stimulus package and a stimulus payment to Americans, so that we know who it is and we won't vote for them and we will vote them out. And I'm going to do exactly that. When this actually comes to a vote here, which could be this week, the people who vote against another stimulus check going out to Americans, I will let you guys know exactly who that is. So if you don't want to vote for them, you can surely do, and at least you'll be aware of who is and who isn't voting for another stimulus check and an extension of unemployment, and even who is voting for evictions to have millions of Americans be evicted out of their homes. I will let you guys know who is voting for and who is voting against that in an upcoming video as soon as we find out. With that being said, make sure you've hit the like button for me down below, and make sure you've subscribed if you haven't yet. We're going to have tons of news coming out this week. I will keep you guys updated as soon as it comes out. And this top video here is my newest stimulus check video. And this bottom video is about how we could get multiple stimulus checks before the year is over. You guys can watch those next. And over here is a video that teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling one product on Amazon. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.